everyone, it's time for another episode of Fantasy Outlaws. Today, Heidi Fang with Ed Graney and Adam Hill, back from Canada, officially this time. Last time I said it, but you weren't back yet. Now you are. So we're here. Back. Another Vegas Golden Knights game behind us, but we're going to get you informed with all the fantasy football information you need today. So first of all, Ed, how was Canada?
It was good. Mr. Hill was only stopped twice in his terrorist name on the passport, so we considered that a good thing. And also Tim Hortons. Any trip that includes Tim Hortons and the hot chocolate is a good trip.
It is. I'm a little jealous I didn't get to partake, but we'll go ahead and get into some of the breakouts this week. Lots of games left, even though we didn't do Thursday. Lots of games left for Sunday. So for me, I'm going to break out with Lamar Jackson. I think that the Ravens quarterback is going to have a lot of fun against the Raiders. He's a dual threat. He's hard to predict. You don't know if he's going to run for 100 yards or throw for 100 yards. So I think he's going to have another solid game when he faces the Raiders. Adam, how about yours?
I'm coming off my worst breakout pick of the year by far. Carson Wentz, I think, had negative points in a lot of leagues last week. So let's see if we can actually go with a star this time to have a huge game. I think Odell Beckham has a massive, massive game this week. I think there's no question about it. Philadelphia secondary is decimated. They've got nobody back there. They're signing guys off the street. He's going to get, I think, at least 2 touchdowns in this game. So Odell Beckham is a star.
All right. Ed, who you got?
Marlon Mack. I know he missed the first 5 or 6 games with ankle and foot injuries. Ever since he's been back, though, he's averaged, I think, 13.3 PP points. And I think with the Colts, they're playing well. They're at home. So I actually think he's going to have a good week.
All right, I'm playing him against you, Ed. I've got 47 points up already from Thursday games. I am going to play Marlon Mack against you.
Are we playing each other this week?
We are.
That's the league I stink in. I'm in the playoffs in the other league. I don't like to talk about the league that you and I are in.
I'm not in the playoffs in that one, so, give and take. All right, so moving on, bust picks, like I am busting in Ed's league and the other one that we play in. So I'm going to go with my bust as Cam Newton. I don't think that he's going to be able to put up anything against Seattle. I just think he's going to have a rough day. I'm predicting one of those bad Cam performances where he's throwing his helmet into the side of the bench when halftime comes around. So, Ed, who's your bust?
Actually, it's Phillip Rivers. I didn't know this until I looked up the stats, but Arizona's second in the league against for limiting quarterback and fantasy points. No one really throws against them. No quarterback has scored more than 23 points, including people like Goff and Mahomes. They've held quarterbacks to an average of like 16.6 points for quarterbacks. That's terrible. Yeah. Not even getting to 20 points. So I think the Chargers find a way to win, but if you're in a single QB start league and you have someone else, I think about sitting Phillip Rivers.
Okay. Adam, who you got?
I just got an alert on my phone, like literally right before we did this, that said, you have Doug Martin on your bench and he's healthy. Who cares? Like, why would it matter? I don't think it matters that he's healthy. He's going to get ball. There's no way they're running the ball, even if he gets carries. No reason to put him in the game. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, he's healthy, I can put him in. Don't do it. I'm just telling you right now. Don't do it. I told you James Conner would be terrible last week. He was. I'm staying with Doug Martin. Don't play him, please.
Okay, and the last one that we have, the waiver wire pick, who you're going to get to help elevate your team numbers this week. And so for mine, I'm going to go with Cameron Brate because O.J. Howard went out on the IR list, so I'm going to think that Cameron Brate's going to step up in his shoes. That's obvious, he will. How many targets he gets is a big question, but I think that he's going to be somebody that you can plug in a tight end spot if you need one. There's a lot of guys ailing at tight end right now. Specifically, they have guys like Jimmy Graham, so you want to probably look to replace those guys going forward. Cameron Brate's a good one. Ed, who are you going with?
I always forget that this is waiver and not sleeper. I'm giving you a sleeper because I always forget. But I actually think the guy who's going to have a huge week off a bye is Baker Mayfield. Before he went out, his last 3 or 4 games, he had over 24 points. He had, I think, 28-7 against Atlanta. So while he's not a waiver, because I assume most people have him, but maybe you have 2 quarterbacks this week and you're deciding between one. Coming off a bye, I would look strong at Baker Mayfield. He's really starting to put up points in the fantasy.
You're good to go in this league because in our league that we have here that we're running with our RJ Fantasy show, he's available. So he is a waiver wire pickup.
Baker Mayfield is my waiver pickup of the week.
There you go. Listen, I gave you a Raider for a bust. I'm going to give you a Raider for a pickup too. Marcel Aitman is still 0% owned in Yahoo leagues. What is happening? I just checked that. It's insane. He's available in our league for sure. There's nobody else there. I don't think he's good, but why not go ahead and pick him up?
All right, so there you have it, Fantasy Outlaws for Week 12 of the NFL season. Keep up with all our work on Review Journal and give us all a follow on Twitter. Thank you for watching.